Hi, I'm Liz Glagowski, an editor here at One-to-One Media, and today I wanted to talk to you about the New York Yankees, specifically the brand new Yankee Stadium. Yesterday I had an opportunity to go to see the game against the Anaheim Angels, and unfortunately got rained out. But I did spend about 3 hours at the stadium taking all the new features in, and I've got a customer experience report card to share with you about the stadium experience. So the first thing, let's talk about some of the good things I saw at the stadium. The first is that the layout of the field is actually amazing. Compared to the old Yankee Stadium, it's like night and day. You can see the field from pretty much anywhere in the stadium. If you're headed to the bathroom, if you're online for concessions, if you're going to buy a Yankee cap, anywhere in the stadium you can get a view of the field and keep your eyes on the game. They also have TVs and monitors everywhere. They have audio systems even in the bathroom, so you're really not going to miss anything when you're there, which I think is great. There's also numerous, probably 100 or so concession stands serving everything from fresh fruit to Brother Jimmy's barbecue pulled pork sandwiches, and they're pretty much everywhere in the stadium, so the lines don't get long because there's so many places that you can actually buy the food, which is great. And the third thing I thought about the layout that was great is that there's so many walkways and exits and entrances and places that you can go that it doesn't feel as crowded as the old Yankee Stadium did, which tended to be a problem. And yesterday, being that it rained all day, there was plenty of space for everybody to take shelter, which is definitely a good sign while people tried to wait out the game. Another good thing about the stadium I thought was a nice customer experience is that with all the concession stands, whether you were going to buy an Italian sausage or a pulled pork sandwich or a milkshake at Johnny Rockets, every food item was listed with a calorie count next to the price. So, for those of us who are looking to find out, try to stay as healthy as you can at a baseball stadium, you could see how many calories each item was. And another thing I thought that they did a really good job was create a new program that you could text guest services to communicate with them directly. I think, especially with the upcoming Boston series happening this week, this might actually be put to the test, where if you feel uncomfortable in your seat, whether you're surrounded by rowdy rival fans or if you're in a hot-shot foul ball area, you can actually text guest services. The number is 69900 with a SOS type of message, and someone will come and find you and help you that way. I think that's a very interesting way to connect with people who might feel uncomfortable or want to change some of their seats. And finally, I thought the customer service personnel, from the concessions people to the security people, pretty much everybody who was working there seemed really happy to help and genuinely friendly. There's actually, all over the stadium, they had people with signs that said, "How can I help you?" For those of us who hadn't been there before and might be confused about where to go or what's available at the stadium. So I thought that was a really nice touch to get people more acclimated to the stadium as they went along. Now, there were a few things that I thought needed improvement based on my experience there. I spent 3 hours at the stadium trying to ride out the rain delay, and for those of us who were at the stadium, some of us paid upwards of $2,000 for their ticket, and the communication about what was happening with the rain delay was really pretty much non-existent. If you were watching on TV, they were giving you updates of when they might make the call and what the delay would be, but for those of us in the stadium, there was no mention of a rain delay until the game time came and went and the tarp was still on the field. So I thought they could have been a little more proactive about communicating that. And once it did get into a rain delay, they didn't really explain how long they would try to wait before they would call the game. So everybody was concerned about how long should I wait, is it going to be all night, that kind of thing. So it kind of left people confused and unsure about what to do. Also, once they did call the game, you could exchange your tickets for a rain check ticket for a future game, which I thought is a nice gesture for the rainouts. But as we walked past the ticket counters to where you would exchange the tickets, only 3 or 4 ticket windows were actually open, and there were probably 40,000 people in the stands. anxious to change their tickets. So to have only 3 windows open really made it for a really long line. It was out in the rain. It was kind of a poor experience that way. Now, for me, I didn't want to wait online in the rain that long, so we asked one of the customer service personnel if we could just go online at home or call a number and see if we could exchange the tickets that way. Now, she seemed to think that yes, that was possible and no problem, just go home and go online and you can get all that information. So we drove all the way home. When we did go online, we found out that you can only do the ticket exchange at the stadium. So that was a little disappointing that the information wasn't exactly right, and now we have to figure out another day where we can go and exchange the tickets actually at the stadium. So in general, the customer experience, I would say, at Yankee Stadium, I would give it a B. I think in the comments section, I would think the stadium and its staff definitely plays well with others and is very friendly, but I think it definitely needs to work on some of its communication skills. So I'm also interested to hear what you have to say, whether or not you've been to the new Yankee Stadium or if you've got some best practices from other sports or entertainment venues. Check us out at one-to-one-media.com/weblog and let me know what you think about different stadium experiences.